Hey everyone, Greg Armfield here, the creator of TextP2P, and I'm coming to you today to tell you about an awesome new feature that I have just developed, which is surveys. Okay, so these are in-text surveys. It's similar to SurveyMonkey or PollDaddy or any of those other surveys that you may have used, but those are a separate web application, right? So, I mean, you could ask people to take those surveys, but then they have to link off to another site. I mean, you could put the link in your text, but then, they have to click on the link, they have to go to the site, these surveys allow people, they're going to just get the questions via a text message, and they allow them to text back by hitting a single key. So it's simple. It's easier for the user to do it, which means that you're going to get more users to actually take the survey and submit the surveys and finish the surveys. So let me show you how they work. They're real easy. I try to make them as simple as possible. Basically, you'll see a new menu item over here on the left called Surveys. When you come in, initially, you won't have any surveys, so this will be blank, but you see that I've created a couple surveys already. Basically, you just click on this big green button here that says create a survey, and it'll create a new survey. I'm going to call up an existing survey. Let me call up one that hasn't been published yet. So here's the survey. I've named it TextP2P Survey. You have to give a keyword to start with. Okay, so basically I gave it the keyword start, right? So the way this will work is you'll probably create a campaign and you'll text all of your customers, or maybe you'll just text an individual customer that you just met with. Maybe you just had an appointment with them, and you're going to send them out a text thanking them, for meeting with them. Would you mind please taking this quick survey, right? Or maybe you want to broadcast it to a whole list of customers that you have and say, would you please take this survey by replying with the word start to start the survey, right? Now, your word doesn't have to be start. It could be pizza, right? It doesn't matter, right? You just want to set up a keyword that will kick off the survey. When they reply with that word, basically that starts the survey, okay? So if you had so I could make this a template if I wanted to, so that I could build off of it, or if I have other templates, I could select one of the other templates, and basically it'll copy all the questions and answers over from those templates. Basically, you can select the close date of the survey, and basically this is when you won't accept any more responses, right? So if somebody comes back a year from now and wants to take the survey, well, it's too late. It's already expired. And then the last question here is enter your final message, your thank you message. After all the questions are done, this is what they will get. Okay, this final thing here, the MMS text surveys brought to you by TextP2P, is not able to be removed currently. And I also give you a picture so that you can type with not only this response, but with all the questions. They are MMS only, so you can type up to 1,600 characters with your questions and answers. But I select the image for you, which you can change if you want to, or just leave it. That's the easiest thing. Okay, so let's take a look at this one that I've set up of favorites, right? So we can click on favorites, and we can see that I have 4 questions that are currently set up, and each question has the same icon that I give by default, but you can see it asks, what is your favorite question? And then it numbers the responses, and it gives instructions on, what the user should reply with, and it's just the number. So let me close this, and I will refresh the screen here, and I'll show you how easy it is to add a question. So you can see it populates with this default question, but I can say, what is your favorite beverage, right? And maybe we'll put beer, wine, soda, water. And now I can save it, and it'll tell me it's successfully saved, but notice that it has automatically numbered the responses, 1 through 4 in this case, and it has added the instructions at the bottom, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll take care of it. Now, once it's saved, I can test it. I can send a text message to myself, just this one text. But if I don't need to do that, I can just close it. And you can see that it has now added a 5th question. Now, if I don't want that 5th question, I can also, move this question up, move it down. I mean, insert before, insert after, move it up, move it down. If I don't want it in this order, I can delete it if I don't want it. So now it's gone. So let me go back to the surveys, and you can see that I have 3 people that have responded to this survey, and I can click on my name, and it brings up my profile and all my information. But let me go back, and if I want to see my individual responses, I can see my individual responses here. And the other cool feature is if I want to get a whole report of everything, I just click on this little graph icon here, and this will give you both a summary and a detailed view of your survey. So it breaks it down by question. It graphs the responses. It gives you the responses here, the counts, the percentages, and then it goes on to question 2, question 3, and question 4. Okay, so you can see that it's just giving you high-level responses. This is the summary, which I could export to a CSV file. Or if I want the detailed, I can export the detailed, and that will give me every single person's responses in a CSV file, along with all of their contact information. So if you want to match this data up to your existing data file or data in another system, you can do that. You can take these all their responses, you can export them into CSV, and then do whatever you want with them. So that is it. It's pretty simple to do. You just start, you name your survey, you click a keyword, you add your questions, and publish it. And away it goes. People can reply with your keyword and start the survey. And they can take the survey as often as they want, but each time it will delete their previous answers. So if I was to reply favorites again, it would start the survey over for me and delete all my other answers. So that's kind of the way it works. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me or submit a ticket to support, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you very much.